Alright everyone, welcome along. So in this video today I'm just going to talk about my first 300 miles on the Aprilia Tuono 660 factory 2025-2026 model. Stick around and stay tuned, I'll tell you all about it. So yeah, I've had this bike now just over a week, done 300 miles on it, still running in the engine and everything. So yeah, I've got a little bit more experience now as a short-term owner of the bike on a couple of things about it really, and kind of how it's handled so far. Obviously did test ride this bike, so I knew, you know, what I was in for when I was buying it. Nice, quite powerful twin cylinder engine, and it hasn't disappointed, to be honest. It's a lot of fun. Obviously I'm not opening up the engine too much at the moment, but I'm led to believe that this is, you know, once I really open it up, it's going to be a lot of fun. Nothing to complain about so far in terms of the bike. There's nothing really that I've found annoying so far. The only thing that has annoyed me a little bit is the actual manual for it. It's not that descriptive on a couple of things like suspension setup. Doesn't really give you any information on that, and also a couple of things like using the cruise control and the you know, getting the hazard warning lights on, things like that. Doesn't really tell you how to do things like that in the manual, so you have to kind of sit and figure that out for yourself. So yeah, in these twisty roads is where the bike really comes alive. Lots of low down grunt. The quickshifter works really well. Second to third is a little bit clunky sometimes when you're low down in the rev range, but once you open it up, it works no problem at all. The blipper is really smooth. Had no issues with that at all. Roads are a little bit muddy around here, have to be careful. We haven't had much rain around here, and there's a lot of debris about, needs washing away with a good bit of rain. So brakes, bedded them in now, they're really good. Really nice feel on the front brake. It's obviously it's a Brembo M.432 caliper, and it's got a Brembo master cylinder as well. So there is a lot of feel in there. Back brake's pretty good as well. Tyres are very sticky, Diablo Rosso 4s. The tyres are really nice, lots of feel through them. They're Pirelli Diablo Rosso 4s. So yeah, really enjoying this bike at the moment. Can't wait to get it serviced and really be able to open her up properly. Done quite a bit of slow speed riding as well, so kind of in towns, nothing really busy commuting type riding yet, and that's coming up soon. But from what I have gathered so far, it's going to be no problem at all as a commuter bike. It's quite a small size, so filtering and things like that won't be any problem at all. Like I'm riding 20 mile an hour here in third gear and it's popping along no problem at all. So yeah, when I reviewed it, the bike that I rode, I was saying that it was really vibey through the pegs and everything. I mean, it was incredibly vibey. This bike is vibey, but not half as much as that one, so I don't know what was going on there. Maybe something was loose on that one or something. That was a brand new bike as well. That only had a couple 100 miles on it. Really nimble round corners, this thing, really lightweight, 181 kilos, wet. The riding modes are all pretty nice. There's kind of the standard one, which is called commute, which is the most mellow of the modes. So that's got full traction control, full reedy control. The bike has these engine braking modes as well. And also kind of an engine mapping mode. So the commute riding mode is, you know, high on the safety features and kind of mid-range on the performance. And then there's a dynamic one which just ups the engine performance a little bit. The throttle kind of control is a bit more energetic. And then you've got your final mode, which is called individual mode. And that one is, you know, wheelie control off, traction control low, throttle response really sharp, and this is what I'm in at the moment, and you do notice a change in that. There are a couple of other modes as well in the race menu. Haven't got involved with those yet. And I don't know too much about that now. I need to do a little bit of research about how you use those modes. So yeah, nothing to complain about really on the bike. There's nothing I found that I dislike about it so far. Another thing I love actually is the seat is really comfortable. I've done a couple of rides on this where I've been on it for kind of two and a bit hours straight, and I've not had any pain in my ass or anything on my back whatsoever. Super comfy. It's quite squidgy. Fuel economy is pretty good on this bike. I've been getting about 55 miles to the gallon. It's pretty good. I'm sure that'll get lower soon enough. The dash is really good. Haven't had any issues with that whatsoever. It's really good that you can see everything you need to know. Yeah, so gear, speed, engine temp, fuel gauge, loads more details on the screen, and the menus are quite easy to navigate through once you've been through them a couple of times to see the odometer and other bits and pieces, and then to actually get into the kind of user bit where you can set up the modes and have a play around with the actual personalisation of the bike. Another thing about the modes actually is it's really good that you can actually adjust the ones that are preset there. So the commute one you can adjust, the dynamic one you can adjust them and save them, and it remembers the settings. So yeah, fun to be had with that if you're into that kind of thing. More on the modes, you can change the modes just on the fly. You don't need to come off the throttle, you just press the button and it changes. It's really good, that feature about the bike. I'm starting to put little bits on the bike as well. I've got a couple of EvoTech bits that come in that I need to do. So I've got the front bobbins, and I've also got a radiator guard to go on. I think I'm going to have to take off a bit of the fairing to get the radiator guard on. And as usual with EvoTech, the instructions are naff, so I'm going to have to try and figure that one out. But it looks like it kind of slots in and then has to get pinned in by the actual bolts of the bike again to keep it in place. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also going to get a engine protector and a alternator cover as well. This bike does run hot. So yeah, the engine, you can feel it gets super hot. So if you're putting a cover over it or anything like that, you need to let it cool down, otherwise the risk you might end up with a melted cover on your bike. The heat, I haven't noticed hitting my legs or anything like that yet. I think that's fine. Someone on one of the Facebook groups said that you can feel it in your legs, but I can't. The setup and the suspension, how it came, is okay. They set up the rear pretty soft, which I don't mind, and the front is pretty firm. So it's for more sporty setup at the moment on the front. I might soften it up a little bit. But I need to have a look into that, see what the settings should be. Get a little bit of the quick shifter in action. So am I happy I got this bike? Yeah, I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing for this bike. Love the look of it. The ride is really nice. Yeah, I'm really enjoying just learning how this bike behaves and everything. I've never had a never had a twin before. It's totally different to having an inline four. So I'll be dropping more videos, probably one on the 600-mile service, and I'll be dropping a few informative videos about you know, the menu on the bike and everything, how to work all the electronics, etc. So if anyone's interested in this Aprilia, then I'll be putting up quite a bit of content about how the bike works. So yeah, do like and subscribe. Always good for the channel to grow. And I will see you soon. Take care.
No time to think. No time to think. No time to think. Lost my wife.